Hello, and welcome back. Easter is quickly coming upon us, and in honor of that, I will be trying to make some wooden eggs for my kids and both of my nieces. I made my first eggs last year. The first ones weren't the best. The shape wasn't quite right. But once I started actually using a plastic egg as my model, I think they got a lot better, much closer to an actual egg shape. I'm much happier with that. So this year, I'll probably try to make about 4 more. I even have my Easter shirt on to kind of get me in the spirit of it. I will be attempting to use some box elder. This has a lot of great color in it. It does have a bunch of worm holes in it, so I really have no idea how it's going to turn out. Some of these are a little bit more solid than the rest, but I am anxious to put these on a lathe and see what they end up looking like. So here we go. So as you can see, I took each of these blocks from its raw form and began by truing it up. This would have been a lot better if I had actually started with normally shaped wood or stock, but I believe that starting with kind of the irregular shapes makes things a lot more interesting. Just takes a little bit longer. I was very happy with how even the wood with all the wormholes really turned out okay. It wasn't too hard to turn it. So once I got them all round, I started actually making the proportions. The plastic egg really does come in handy just to kind of figure out where the maximum diameter is and the proportion from the left and the right side. I kind of did a loose interpretation of that so that each egg is a little bit unique. But you can definitely see me using that egg for each of the videos. I also learned that it's very important to finish the side that's not being held first. Get that completely finished, sanded, and prepped before you start on the back side. The first egg that I did that with, I got a little too excited and tried to finish the bottom half of it as well, or get it close to being finished. And of course, I got too thin and the egg broke off the lathe. So I had to finish that sanding by hand. Still turned out wonderful, but it just took a lot longer and didn't have quite as smooth of a finish. So the biggest lessons I've learned for this is the better the wood you start with, the easier the project gets. Finish off the side that's towards the tailstock first. Get that completely sanded and ready to go to your liking. Use a model to get your proportions right is the easiest way of doing it. I'm sure once you've made 20 or 30 of these, you probably won't need it quite so much. But just starting out, it's definitely nice to have something to base the shape on. You won't be able to get the back end of it completely finished. You kind of just get, so there's basically 3/8 of an inch nub on there, and from there it's possible to get most of it sanded. Once you are happy with that, you can either just finish parting off that nub, or you can just bandsaw or cut it off and then just do some final sanding. And if you do your sanding right, you won't even be able to tell that you sanded it by hand. So all in all, I'm very happy with how these things turned out. I'll probably be making a bunch more just because they are a lot of fun and they do look great when they're done. They look great sitting out on a table in a bowl. I think they also make great gifts. So looking forward to Easter and looking forward to handing out some of these eggs. Thanks for watching.